What's going on, guys? Bob Buskirk here at ThinkComputers, and I'm going to be going over the different lighting modes and lighting effects here on the Tesoro Excalibur Spectrum gaming keyboard. Now this keyboard, as you can see, is fully backlit and it's RGB lighting as well, so you can pretty much make any key any color that you want. Right now I have the keyboard fully illuminated and it's at its brightest level setting, and we'll go through the brightness right now. You can easily adjust the brightness on the keyboard itself. The arrow up and down buttons over here, if you hit the function key, that will cycle through the brightness, and I believe there's 5 different levels, so we're at the highest right now. So we'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. It's completely off, and then we'll go back up, and you can see how you can easily go up and down. You know, if you're not gaming or if you're going to bed and you want the lights to be off, you can completely turn them off. And then of course, you can go all the way up to the highest, brightest setting. Now I'm gonna go over a couple of different colors. And one thing I've noticed is in the software, the colors are a little bit off. I'll show you red, which is supposed to be red in the software. If we select red here, and you can see it's more of a pink. A lot of the colors kind of seem a little bit off. I don't know if it's the LED backlighting or something like that, but they're a little bit off, but there's still a lot of cool things you can do. I'll go over a couple other colors. We have like a yellow here. You can see, and the yellow actually looks yellow. And we'll go into, say, a blue, and you can see what blue looks like. And say we'll go, I don't know, we'll do the green, but the green doesn't look green. You can see what green looks like, doesn't look that green. And we will go out of that, we'll change it back to yellow, and we'll go out of that. Now, one really cool thing with this keyboard is there's different actual lighting modes, and or lighting effects or lighting modes, whatever you want to call them. You can actually go in and change those. So the lighting modes are, you have standard, trigger, ripple, firework, radiation, breathing, and rainbow wave. So the way you can set these up is standard is pretty much what we have it on right now. It's standard. But with this, in this section of the software, you can actually go in and do per key lighting illumination. So you can turn certain keys off. You can maybe only have the arrow keys turned on. You can do all that in the software. But we'll go over the different effects. So the trigger effect, which we will select here and hit apply. So what the trigger effect does is when I actually hit the keyboard, you can see how the keys illuminate after I press them, you know, for about a second, and then they turn off. That is the trigger effect. Go through it one more time. You can kind of see how that trigger effect works. We'll go into the ripple effect, which I'm a pretty big fan of. The ripple effect is just as you would expect it to be. And what that does is if I hit a key, it ripples through the entire keyboard. Of course, the color all depends on the color that we had selected. So we did have yellow selected, so it's going to ripple yellow. Of course, you can change it and make it any color that you want. So that is the ripple effect. It is pretty cool. We will go to firework, and this is the first time I've actually seen this on a keyboard, this actual effect. It's called firework. So what that does, hit apply on there, we select firework, and you can see is when I hit a key, it lights up the keys around it, but it does it based on its color. So, right, you know, we had yellow selected, so it's going to do it a couple keys in white and a couple keys in yellow there. So you can kind of see how that works. Pretty cool, you know, pretty cool effect. And of course, the keys go off after about a second, but it lights up the keys around it. Pretty cool. And again, it's all based on the color that you have selected. We'll go through radiation, which is almost like ripple, but it's a little bit different. So radiation is more of a straight line ripple. So if I hit a key, you can see it ripples across the entire keyboard, but it's not a full ripple, as you can see right there. So it goes across the entire row, basically. And again, it is another cool effect. And then we have the breathing effect, which I'm sure you guys are all familiar with. So with the breathing effect, the keyboard essentially is breathing. It's, bringing the brightness all the way up and then going all the way back down. And again, you can change the colors as you like. And then we'll go to the one that I know a lot of people are fans of, is the Rainbow Wave, which you see a lot of keyboards being shown off like this. This is the Rainbow Wave, and you can keep this on at all times. Especially be cool if you're at a LAN party or something like that and you want to show off the keyboard. You can go ahead and do that. And then we have Spectrum Colors, and what this allows you to do is to do the per key illumination. So you can actually set what keys you want lit up and their color. So if you want certain keys to be certain colors or whatever, you can go ahead and set those up. And you can actually set the spectrum key lighting for just the basic mode. You can set it for trigger mode, or you can set it for breathing mode. So what they have based in the software is they have these few keys lit up, and you can see that they're different colors. And if we hit the trigger mode and breathing mode, you can see that those keys will breathe. Or should breathe. There they go. So you can see that those will, do the breathing effect, and then you can go ahead and do the trigger effect. Which should do the same thing. Oh, it's still stuck on breathing for some reason. Let me select it again in the software. There we go. So now in trigger mode, you can see that they will light up the different colors that you have, and then they will turn back off. So those are the different modes, and you can actually cycle through these as well. So we'll go back to standard in the software, but you can actually cycle through these. Hold on. You can cycle through these in the on the keyboard itself, which is actually pretty cool. So the left and right arrow buttons allow you to do this. So you just hold the function key and we'll go across. So now we should be in trigger mode, and then we'll go across again, and then we should be in ripple mode. As you can see, so we're back in ripple mode, and then we'll hit function again, and now we're in firework mode, which is the one that I think is pretty cool. And then we'll hit function again and the arrow key, and this will be radiation. You can see that. And then we'll go over to breathing mode. So you can see the keyboard's breathing, and then the rainbow mode, and then the spectrum color mode, as you can see. And we had that on trigger mode from the last time, so you can see that the keys that we do have selected, we'll go ahead and do that. And then you should be able to go, we'll just leave it on rainbow mode, which is my favorite mode. I like having it on this setting just because it just looks really cool. And of course, all of the keys are lit up and changing colors all at once, which is definitely a cool feature. So this is kind of all the lighting modes that you get. The only real issue I had with the lighting modes is the certain colors don't, the red in the software isn't the red that you're kind of seeing here. It's a little bit different. It looks more pink and things like that, but you should be able to adjust that in the software to get the color that you want. Again, every key is backlit. It's RGB backlighting, and you can light up individual keys. So if you're playing a certain game, you can maybe have your macros, lit up a certain color, and then the rest of the keyboard lit up something else. You can go ahead and do it however you like. So if you have any questions about the backlighting on this keyboard, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And remember guys, if you do enjoy our videos, it'd be great if you could subscribe. Catch you guys later.